Yeah, how did it all start? 10 years or so ago, I lost my dad, and it was the first time I'd ever felt that sort of grief. And part of my coping mechanism with all that grief was I took it out on eBay. And it seems weird when you say that, but what I did do was I went and searched and bought a lot of the toys and things I had as a child to remind me of my childhood, obviously with my family. And that brought me a little bit of joy and satisfaction, helped me cope with the grief. It wasn't until I realised a year or so later in the stuff I was buying, a lot of it was superheroes and toys and Batman and Superman and Star Wars, and I'd realised, how my childhood grew up. I was in the backyard playing with these little toys, and so that kind of coincided at the same time I'd won midnight tickets to the very last instalment of the Star Wars movies. And it was a midnight screening, and I almost didn't make it. I woke up like 20 past 11. I'd fallen asleep on the couch and I quickly got dressed and got there, and I got there on time. And I was a Star Wars fan, so I was pleased, and being midnight screening, we were one of the first in the world to see it. And I was just totally blown away when I ran into the theatre at 5 to 12, how many people were dressed in costume. And I went, oh my God, there's still a culture of people that love Star Wars and so forth. When the opening titles came up and that opening theme song, the crowd went berserk. Lightsabers were being thrown in the air and waved in the air, and I realised, wow. And it wasn't until halfway through that movie I realised, wouldn't that be great to photograph Star Wars? Wouldn't it have been great? And why not? There's a whole lot of people that still live Star Wars. So halfway through the movie I decided, bang, I'm going to want to do some pictures of people dressed. I thought it was a bit comic at first, but it wasn't. And I contacted the Star Wars Club the very next day, and my first chap, who was the president at the time, was a Darth Vader, and that was the beginning, and that was 10 years ago. So yeah, the project's been 10 years. It's I thought it was going to be a Star Wars thing, but they knew a lot more people. Well, the costume play community, whilst they all have their favourite little groups or their favourite genre to go for, they all know each other and they all respect each other. So the Star Wars people introduced me to others and other genres, and there were other genres I kept asking about, which was ticking over in my head. The Batmans, for example. I mean, Batman was one of my favourites as a child, no doubt. Sadly, it was the camp one on TV, but he's been treated with a lot more respect now in the movies. It's been 10 years and 10 years of genre, and I needed to put a limit on it. So I thought, well, what are my favourite pop culture icons and how far back? And I would say Elvis and Marilyn Monroe. I probably could have gone back further. I don't know how many Charlie Chaplins still exist. But I said I'll start at Elvis / Marilyn Monroe, two big ones, and I'll finish it at what the latest pop culture phenomenon was, and at that time it's Harry Potter. So I left it at that, and it wasn't until I got to Harry Potter that I thought I've just about done everything I needed to do. However, the big thing now with the movies is all these Marvel comics and DC comic characters are coming to life in the movies. It's all the rage, and the last 12 months I've had Thors, I've had Iron Man, the Avengers, etc. So it's continuing. Superman, the movie's just coming out. So all the Supermen are coming out of the closet, so to speak. So it's a continually evolving thing, and whilst I thought for a while there I'd finished with Harry Potter, sadly not. I'm going to continue. Oh, why did I do the exhibition? When I got to Harry Potter, and that was early in the year, and I thought I'd finished the project, I went, bang, I've got everything I need. And I looked at the shortlist. I think 227 images, as I said, I had, which I loved, covering all the genres and all the things. And I then got a call from a son of someone I had photographed a few years back now, 6 or 7 years. He was 81 at the time. He dresses as Robin. I should have asked why he dressed as Robin and not Batman, I guess. But he had recently passed away, and the son had wondered if the coffee table book, which was the whole purpose of the whole mindset of where I was heading for this, if he was asking if it had come out because he wanted the grandchildren and so forth to have these images or have the book. And I'd realised then and there, well, hey, no, I don't. And a lot of the people I photographed early on haven't seen these images and haven't seen them come to light. So that was the impetus of me getting the exhibition together, was to at least show that I had a body of work, to show to these people that I'm serious about what I was doing, to show that it was treated with respect, and to show that it was something there. I'm not just playing around with their time and effort. So yeah, bringing it down to 30 odd, a lot of people missed out, which I would have, if I could have, and unlimited funds and a gallery long enough to stretch from here to China, I would have had them all in there. So sadly not, but 37, and I invited as many that I knew that could come along. And not everyone lived in Sydney, but the fact that this chap had passed away, I kind of dedicated the show to him. He'd only just passed away, so he was in his late 80s at the time. And it is one of the favourite pictures of the exhibition. And, a humble man from the Central Coast, and that was the start of it. And someone mentioned May the 4th, and I went, oh God, there's my day, and I had to strive to get everything ready for the 4th of May, which caused a lot of heartache and a lot of grief. But I got there in the end, the night was perfect, and the 30 odd images in the exhibition it blew a lot of people away.
Hello, Earthlings. Earthlings. Thank you, Chewy. Earthlings, hello. Silence, Earthlings. I'm MC3PO. They laughed on Alderon at that gag. It was funny there. Thanks, Chewy. Thanks for coming out. Wasn't pants optional, but that's okay. Appreciate that. Hello, people of Earth. Welcome to our wonderful night. What's that? I'm about to tell them that. I'm getting to that bit. Okay. I wanted an iPhone 5, but the guy at the Telstra shop said, get an Android, you won't regret it. Stuck with him for 24 months now. Thanks very much. I've been programmed to tell you where the waste disposal facilities are for the ladies and men's. They're over there. If you haven't evolved enough yet to stop smoking, Delhi wants you to please leave the building to smoke your cigarettes. Don't light my Wookiee on fire, please. Yeah, what they said. All right, now folks, tonight it's a fundraiser for Starlight, so we want your money. A big thank you to all of the costume characters who've given up their time this evening. Yeah, come on. Woo! So please, if you pose for a photo with any of the costume characters, 1 gold coin donation if you use a Nikon camera, 2 gold coins if the camera is not Nikon. I'm getting to that, thank you. And if you use an iPhone, Chewy will dip you in carbonite for the rest of all time. Oh no, 3 gold coins, sorry, 3 gold coins, not carbonite, my bad. Right, now there's a big raffle on that Uncle Deli wants you all to know about. So look for the raffle. It's very good. You get 3 nights, if you win this, 3 nights, including breakfast in a Reef View Hotel twin room on Hamilton Island. Yes, very nice. Wookiee optional. That can accommodate 4 people, 4 humans that is, valued at $1,200. So it's a gold coin donation per raffle ticket. Now there are 2 different raffles you can go in, but only one is the right answer. So you have to choose the 2 colour tickets depending on your answer to the question, the imponderable question, what is it, R2? Well said. I know. The question is, which was faster, the Starship Enterprise or the Millennium Falcon? Well, it's up to you. You have to buy the colour raffle ticket that goes to which answer you think it is. Which was faster, the Starship Enterprise or the Millennium Falcon? Well, we'll see about that, young lady. We'll just see about that. Enough from me and enough from you, Chewy. Stop pointing to them. Now, humans, it's time to introduce the Jedi Master himself. Yes, half Earthling, half Ewok. Ambassador from the galactic planet Nikon, your host, Delhi Carr.
This looks amazing up here.
Do I do that? Yeah. I'm going to just say thank yous.
Take a step back.
Take a step back. To my family who have supported and put up with all my travel throughout the years, and also putting up with the mood that I've been in the last few weeks, setting this up. I'd like to say thank you to all my friends at Subaru who have turned up tonight. I would also like to thank the Bangarra Theatre Company for this amazing venue. In particular Georgia, I don't think she's here, but for her support, her generosity and the flexibility in allowing me to do what I've done. To Bob Oatley and Oatley Wines for their amazing wine sponsorship, and they've given me a lot of bottles, so I hope we get through them. And during the week, he upgraded it to his best wines that he has, so I thank him for that. There's an amazing friend of mine here, Kieran Handy from Hamilton Island. Thank you for your prize and for everything else that you've done. He texted me at 2 o'clock and said, do I need a shot of whiskey? And that's why we're good mates. Marianne Comerford, who actually installed the whole, and her team who installed the whole thing for me. She was shaking her head when I told her what I wanted, but she did it with style and grace and a lot of imagination. So I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. My good friend Jonathan Fogarty. We've been mates for a while, and it means a lot that you're doing this for me and wearing the Kmart suit. The food and catering is done by an amazing chef, Jason Hook. He's doing it at a he's doing it for charity for me. Right, so we would all like to thank him for that. He went to a lot of work. He's made me some pop culture nibbles as well, and he was quite excited that he's been planning this for a while for me, so thank you. Is it canapes or canapes or canapes? You're next, Nikki. Nikki Andronicus, we've known each other for a hell of a long time, and I originally asked her to help me with the catering and getting the service and that done, and nothing was a problem for her, and she went way out of her way to help me. And the only thing that she ever got angry at me was the fact that I kept saying thank you. So I have the last word. Thank you. Pollyanna Renee, all those prints were done by a good friend of mine. She gave up a week of her time to get these printed, because I, being an old film person, have no idea how to use the computer. So we had our moments during that week. She always won. But her skill, her creativity was very similar to mine, and she made all those pictures shine for me, so I thank you very much. I also want to thank Cheers for helping me yesterday in bumping in as well. Tonight would not have been possible without Nikon. I am their sports ambassador, so I was quite embarrassed to tell them what I was doing. But they embraced the whole project without any question or complaints. I would like to thank them all individually. Mr. Otsuka, I don't think he's here, and James, thank you so much. To all my ambassador brothers that are here, and some have travelled a fair way, thank you. Nick is here. Nick. When I first came to you about this project, you said to me, whatever support you want, you will have, and thank you.
With James.
Yeah, with James' support.
Seems to work well.
It does. Georgia, there she is. The only way I could measure how good my pictures were by the amount of giggles I got out of Georgia. So thank you. Kylie, you're my favourite rock chick. We've known each other since since the dinosaurs roamed the planet. You're a big fan of mine, and I'm a big fan of yours. So thank you. There's another Nikon person I have to thank, and she was in the background the whole way, and that's Julie Kimpton. A few years ago, over a couple of bottles of wine and a discussion about lettuce and egg sandwiches, you planted this seed in my head, and you keep pushing, and you kept fertilising it, and you kept watering that seed. So thank you. Most importantly, I want to thank all my costume people. For 10 years now, they've put up with me. Thank you for all your love and support for me, for my whole project. You're a wonderful, dedicated, creative bunch of people. So passionate. When I approached Nikon about this whole thing, that they did say that this whole project makes them feel good and makes them smile. And you guys do that. R2D2 has put on so many smiles on people's faces tonight. You allowed me into your world with no secrecy, with respect and dignity, and you put up with all my requests and complaint, and never complained once. My 10-year journey has resulted in thousands of images, and my original shortlist was around 270. I had to cull it down, obviously. If the corridor could keep going, I would have done that. So if some of you didn't make the cut, I'm very sorry. There's a couple of people individually I'd like to thank. Honor, is he here? He's right there. You allowed me into the private world of burlesque. Thank you. Photographers are not allowed into shows, but you allowed me backstage, on stage, in dressing rooms, the whole thing, and you believed in it from the start. And he does good work himself. So you believed in it, and thank you. Indy George, who's driving R2D2 right now, he's my technical advisor. When I asked him which was faster, the Starship Enterprise or the Millennium Falcon, he didn't give me a one-word answer, he gave me the essay. And I also thank you for putting smiles on people's faces with R2D2. Where are you? You're in there. Tyrone Boba Fett, he's in here. Thank you for organising the whole army for me, and without any question and so forth. Paul Stormtrooper O'Malley, who was security at the door, and Kitty Alien, thank you for your help. Paul for doing the video, thank you. Jeffrey Chewbacca Sullivan for being so cuddly. You don't know him. Darth Vader at the back there, he's actually got a bad back, and he's doing this for charity for me as well. Rob has been there from the beginning and gave me all the advice, wisdom and knowledge about the world of pop culture. Thank you, buddy.
I love you, Dad. I love you too.
Now, I attended a pop culture convention in Melbourne a couple of years ago, and there were 2 lost children who'd lost their parents. They were crying and were trying to find their parents. They walked past security people, they walked past the convention traders, they walked past the people that were attending the convention, and they found 2 Jedis and asked them to find their mother. So let's not forget what tonight is about. I'm using my talent to raise some money for sick children, so please do so. And these costume players are wearing some very heavy and uncomfortable costumes, and we're trying to raise money for Starlight, so please do. Thank you all for coming. Now I'm going to have a drink. I'll be first at the bar too. Hey! Thank you.
Oh, totally blown away by the reaction to all these images. I said, to start with Nikon, totally supported it from the beginning, and have gone through it and had it at a trade show as well. So the viewers, I've obviously tickled some sort of feeling within them that makes them happy, you know, in some way or form. I would watch people looking at my pictures at the exhibition, and I was always curious at their faces, and there were a lot of laughs, and but feel-good laughs, which was great, and a lot of people posing with their character. I was trying to pick which is the favourite characters, in all of this. I didn't set out 10 years ago thinking that was going to be the case. My 15 minutes of fame over this past month has got a lot longer than that, and to the point where I've almost forgotten what job I really do, and that's shoot sport. I set out to do a body of work that would please me in all way, and this extra attention, obviously the same feelings that I was getting, I'm getting through other people. Now the cosplay community have accepted me with open arms, and I'm friends with people and going to dinner with them and so forth. And people are coming to me to get photographs, over Facebook and over emails for the last 2 weeks. Please, we'd like to be part of it. I thought I was going to have a bit of a break. I will have a little break, but I've got now a long list of other people that I will add to it. It's funny because my exhibition was 35 pictures in all. My initial shortlist was 227, so I'm now going to add some nice pictures again, and it'll be too big for an exhibition, but coffee table book, look out, here it comes. 10 years, and I thought, as I said, I'd be finished by now, but I'm going to take a little break just to refresh. The exhibitions have pounded my brain lately, so I just want to give it a bit of a rest and walk away and freshen up on the whole idea. Because of the exhibition, and as I said, the ever-evolving nature of pop culture, there will always be these new heroes coming out. People are coming to me now, so the exhibition has brought me into the whole cosplay world, which I hadn't imagined when I started. Just a week or so ago, one of my friends, costume players, said that I was an ambassador for costume play in this country through my photography. It's because the way I've treated it and the way I've shown it out there, and the way that people have looked at these photos and have seen these creative people go to extraordinary lengths. So I'm an ambassador for it, so that means I'm never going to walk away.